On the edge of the South Luangwa National Park in Zambia lies a place where conservation and education meet. The Chipembele Wildlife Education Center opened its doors in May 2001 as a community education center for local school children and a wildlife refuge for orphaned and injured animals. The trust directors are couple Anna and Steve Tolan. Their unique story explains how Chipembele began and why there's such a need for the center.
We'd sold our house, we put everything into storage, and we put everything for camping in a Land Rover, and we drove into Zambia not knowing where we were going to end up. But after a few weeks we came here to South Luangwa, and we went around the local schools to see if there was a need for wildlife conservation here, and we found there was, very much so. It's a rural community that's developing very fast, based on tourism, and there's a lot of poaching, there's a lot of deforestation, there's a lot of environmental problems. And so we were very lucky in that the local chief gave us this land on which to build a wildlife education centre. It's a beautiful spot on the Luangwa River, opposite the national park. We're surrounded by animals, and we just felt it was the right place to bring the children so that they could see the animals for themselves.
Today, facilities at Chipembele continue to grow and are geared towards teaching youth about their environment.
We've got a well-equipped wildlife education centre with a classroom and television, video, PowerPoint presentations for lessons, and a large interpretive room full of different displays on wildlife and conservation. Plus a playground at the back for the kids to play on, because they don't have playgrounds in their schools.
On top of its educational capabilities, the center also acts as a safe haven for orphaned and injured animals.
We do rescue and rehabilitate orphaned animals and have full permission from ZAWA to do that, ZAWA being the Zambia Wildlife Authority. And over the years we've had all sorts of animals such as bushbuck, warthogs, monkeys, baboons, a serval, pangolin, elephants, and every one of them has been rehabilitated to the wild. We don't keep any of them as pets. We raise them until they can safely go back to the wild and survive on their own.
After 9 years, Chipembele has become an important resource for the local population in regards to education and human-wildlife interaction. Twice a week, children from area schools are bused down the 16-kilometer dirt road that leads to Chipembele. Once there, they find an enthusiastic Anna in front of the education center, anxious to start the day.
We would pick them up from their schools around 8 o'clock in the morning, and they come to Chipembele in the back of our truck, which has got seats that's quite comfortable, apart from the road, which is not comfortable, so they all scream and laugh and usually sing on the way down as well, have a great time. When they get here, we give them soft drink and some bread rolls, and then they start lessons. Actually just one formal lesson, which is a PowerPoint presentation on the subject of whatever the theme for the day is. And then after that, it's kind of fun stuff. The kids are divided into teams, they wear badges, and we keep points for the teams. So everything is gearing towards the team with the highest score at the end of the day going home with a prize. So it gets quite competitive, participation is very high. After the PowerPoint presentation, they'll have quizzes, word games, competitions, drawing competitions, maybe a little bushwalk, wildlife video, that kind of thing. And then they have their lunch, use the playground, play football, throw frisbees around, come back at 1 o'clock, and then 3 o'clock in the afternoon we take them back home. So they're usually back around in their schools about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Some of them have a long way to walk, maybe 1 to 2 hours walk home, so we can't obviously let them stay too late. It's a full-on day and good fun.
For most of the children who come to the center, it's a rare opportunity to see and learn about the wildlife that surrounds them.
By coming here and seeing animals at first hand, close up, that they can go and stroke a warthog, or have a monkey jump on the shoulder, they do see them in a different light and see them as individuals close up, which I think is a really good education for them.
Working closely with the South Luangwa Conservation Society, Chipembele shows the youth ways to protect themselves from the animals and how each can benefit from the other's existence.
So there's quite a conflict between animals and people, and we're trying to redress that balance by teaching the children that there's actually value in looking after wildlife. There's a thriving tourism business here, and the development that's been going on in the last few years is all based on that tourism. It means that the community has benefited a lot from tourism, and schools have benefited, the community in general has benefited, and I always tell the children there's a hope of a job when they leave school, and if they really, really, really want a job, they'll find one here in Mfui, and you can't say that about many places in Zambia.
South Luangwa National Park is perhaps one of the most biodiverse places on our planet. For as long as the Chipembele Trust continues, the wildlife and communities that share the land will continue to coexist in a way that benefits all, man and creature alike. For more information on Chipembele and how you can contribute, visit them on the web at chipembele.org.